What's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today we're going to do a comic book haul. But before we do the comic book haul, I'm gonna go ahead and show you a clip of what happens when you let a collector go grocery shopping. It was pretty cool when I go grocery shopping because I always have like the same type of pattern when I go grocery shopping by myself without the kids and without the wife. I will go ahead and go grocery shopping. But then with a cart full of stuff, I go to the action figure section, and I also go to the movie section and stuff like that. And that's why I only like to shop at like big stores like Walmart or something like that instead of Publix because Publix is just groceries, or when Dixie is just groceries, or wherever you shop at Aldi's is just groceries. But when you shop at Walmart, you can actually buy groceries and get your oil changed at the same time. Or you could buy groceries and you could be in the action figure section looking at the newest action figures coming out. So I definitely like to go to Walmart to go grocery shopping. And before we look at the clip of me in Walmart, let's go ahead and get our sponsor in. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by My Fake Darth Maul from China. All right, so without further ado, let me show you a clip of me in Walmart. Wow, very cool. Wow, another cool Spider-Man. Oh yeah, definitely want this one. Marco Robbie, very sexy. Look, group. My hero, Grumpy Cat. Who doesn't like Dragon Ball Z? Cool Star Wars. Suicide Squad. Marco Robbie. My Clone Wars. Minions, Clone Wars. Rebels. Rebels. Old School Incredible Hulk. Broadside. Pretty cool. Megatron. It's a little smaller for my taste. It's pretty cool though. Some more cool Transformers. Triple H and Kevin Owens. I knew him when he was Kevin Steen. It's pretty cool. Face messed up though. Yeah, alright. Two Thors. Really nice. I guess people been stealing them because look, you can barely even see Star-Lord. I got two of those Angelas. Got Doctor Strange. Pretty cool. Wow, these look hella cheap. DC Multi-Universe. Couple of Funko Pops. Pretty cool. One of my favorites, R2D2. Really like that dude. Couple of more Funko Pops. Oh, cool. I don't even know what these are. They look cool though. Joker. And these are my favorite, the Black Series. Kylo. Vader. Oh man, Luke. These are very cool. Excuse the glare. 3.75s. Imperial Walkers. $6 or you kiss my butt. These are very cool. Look at Luke's. This is nice. Wow. I really like this one. I'm gonna wait till the price goes down. I'm gonna get it. Wow. Nice superhero movies. Blu-ray. I still haven't upgraded. I still got DVDs. Killing Joke. I did see the Killing Joke. It was alright. I heard Justice League Dark was real good. This is a real good movie. Justice League Gods and Monsters. What a cool Freddy Krueger shirt. Got a Jason one too. Cool Chucky one. Child's Play. Where's Mike Myers? I like this one. It's pretty cool. There he is. My favorite, Mike Myers. Freddy and Mike Myers and Jason. I like all of them. Very cool. Rob Zombie's Mike Myers was off the chain. Deadpool and Batman. Check this one out over here though. The Autobots. Very cool. Superman. Very cool. All right, so welcome back, peeps. I hope you enjoyed, looking at Walmart or whatever. And my haul is actually so big today that I'm probably going to have to use this haul footage in two parts because that's how many comic books I actually have. And I wanted to pick up some comic books from Walmart, but I decided to go to a store later on and do some more hunting. And I'll probably have some footage of that in a later video. But you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. And boom, right off the bat, I just wanted to show you, saying my run on Weapon X. I actually had this one in the dungeon, but I was able to plug in some holes and plug in the gaps on this run. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is Weapon X number 1. When Sabretooth actually has the adamantium. This is a cover swipe to Wolverine's solo series. So yeah, that'd be Weapon X number 1. Number 2, with my girl Meryl on the front cover. I love this cover, man. They made Meryl so sexy on this cover. Because you know that Meryl is a Morlock, and back in the day, she used to have all those bones sticking out everywhere, which I think they bought back, but I like this version of Meryl better. She looks actually a lot better, and I think that's because of the Weapon X project, but neither here nor there. So that's number 2. Number 3, and this is The Hunt for Sabretooth Part 3, so that's a full series. I think his name is Agent Zero, who's on the front cover, and a lot of people had a lot of speculations about who that person was, but we end up finding out that it was none other than Maverick. You know, Maverick actually got depowered during M-Day when Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, said no more mutants. But very cool, man. Yeah, so that's number 3. That's number 4. I think that is North Star, and I know that's Wild Child. So very cool. And if you look at Wild Child's actual costume, it's the same as Sabretooth costume from that time, which I thought was a pretty cool design, man. And I've definitely always been a fan of North Star. So this is the Hunt for Sabretooth, the conclusion. So that is the full run. Let's see who that is on the front cover with Wild Child. That is North Star Aurora. And it's pretty cool. So these covers are by Frank Terry and another guy. I'm not sure. It's like George Giannetti and Frank Terry. So these are very cool covers, man. I almost thought they were like they almost look like Addy Gradoff or Greg Horn. That's very realistic covers. But anyway, that's cool. So that's number 4. Then we skip to number 7. I mean, I would have a lot of this run if every time I run up on this run, it wouldn't have a lot of spine ticks, but that's definitely Cable in the Bane jacket. So very cool. So that's number 7. Number 11, which is my favorite cover out of this series thus far. Number 11 with Boom Boom on the front. And a lot of people don't realize that Boom Boom is responsible for Sabretooth at one time getting loose in the X Mansion because she kind of fell in love with Sabretooth. You know, Sabretooth had swayed her and he was able to break free. And that's when Wolverine actually, that was around the time when Wolverine popped his claws in Sabretooth's head. So very cool, man. So that's number 11. Grew up with Boom Boom. Number 12, you see Sabretooth's new outfit. I thought it was very cool. I kind of got mad when they didn't give it to him that long. I thought the suit was actually awesome, and you see that he has the adamantium claws. I've always wondered why, if they coat the bones and everything in adamantium, why they won't create a character with adamantium teeth. That'll be very cool, man. Unbreakable teeth. That'll be very awesome. But so that's Weapon X number 12, and I said that's from 2003. Now this is the one, comic book hunters. This is the one. This is Weapon X number 14, and if you're a Sinister fan or X-Men fan, this book actually tells you that when Sinister was in Nazi Germany doing experiments, that he left his notes, and when he left his notes, that eventually he had to evacuate very quick. And that's when Weapon X actually, years later, got a hold to his notes. So it's not like, Sinister started the Weapon X project, but his notes helped the Weapon X project. So, and this book explains all that. So it's very cool. And look at the name of the book. Sinister's List instead of Schindler's List. So very cool, man. I definitely love this book. Very glad to have this in my collection. So that's number 14. So we jump to number 19, where Meryl goes back to looking like a Morlock, which I hate. I thought she was very beautiful on that other cover, but it is what it is. So we got number 19. Number 21, as I told you, I think that's Maverick on the front cover. So that's number 21. And lastly, we have number 22. And that guy on the front cover, his name is the director. And what ended up happening was he had a vendetta out for Wolverine because Wolverine, when he escaped the Weapon X project, he actually, when he got his adamantium and he escaped, he actually killed everybody. But with the director, he slowly cut up his face. So by the end of this series, the director had plastic surgery to repair his face. And this book, I think Wolverine actually messes it right back up, which is very cruel, but it's actually funny too. So that's why you see him on the front cover looking like that. But man, I swear I want this whole series at least up to, to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps up to this 22. So there you have it. So here's another cool look at some of the covers. They're in no particular order. I love that Weapon X number 1. Another look at the other covers. Sinister's List. I love that one. Very nice. I have to complete this collection up to 22, so. All right. Let's keep going with this haul. So look at all this 90s goodness. This is Venom number 1, 1993. It's called Funeral Pyre. And I'm almost sure the funeral pyre is like when you see in the movie Troy when they actually burn the body alive, almost like a cremation. I know that's what the pyre is supposed to be. If I could just spit some knowledge on you right quick, I hope I'm right about that, but I think I am. So this is 1993 direct edition, and if you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video, look at all this 90s goodness. Look at all that flair for the gold. Very cool. So not only did I pick up this Venom Funeral Pyre, but I also picked up this Venom number 1, Son of the Boss. Son of the Boss. Let's see what Venom's saying. Let him go or you. So it's actually, number 2 is actually going to show you who he's actually talking to. But this is from 1997 when comic books were pretty wacky, 96, 97. That was kind of like a rough period in comic books for all of us because the comic books were kind of very cartoony. But that is Venom number 1, Son of the Boss, what I said, 1997. And here's number 2, and it actually ended up being the Ghost Rider that he was actually, talking to on the front cover. Right now, I'm telling you, man, go ahead and get your Venoms in. It's a lot of different Venom comic books that you can buy because Tom Hardy's movie is going to make Venom, who's already a popular character, even more popular. And like I said, the only Venom I ever recognize is Eddie Brock. I don't recognize the Scorpion when he was Venom. I don't recognize this new Venom. He has to be Eddie Brock in my eyes. Even though Gorgon, that was his name, the Scorpion, he made an okay Venom replacement, but nobody beats Eddie Brock. Nobody. And so while we're at 90s goodness, look what I found. $20.99 Unlimited. The Hulk $20.99 and Spider-Man $20.99 on the front cover. This is basically almost like a big preview book that kind of shows you, the 2099 universe. I think in this book they have a preview of like the X-Men 2099, just different previews of or little snippets of stories of the 2099 universe. They need to go ahead. You know what? It would be very cool if they bring that back in a modern kind of take. I think it will actually do a good in sales. So there you have it, $20.99 Unlimited. Now, I really don't know anything that's going on with this book, but I'm a 80s baby or 90s collector. And when you see a number 1, you just go ahead and pick it up. This is DC's Uncle Sam number 1. and I just thought it was pretty cool, so I definitely had to pick it up as part of the Brave New World. This is around 2008. I'm sorry, 2006. So very cool. So I was happy to pick up another cool character that I like. When I first cracked open the Marvel comic cards back in like 1991, I was always like a huge Union Jack fan. So I was actually glad to have this second copy in my possession. And it's funny because I always run across the number ones, but I never run across two, three, and four in this four-part limited series. And I would like to get that limited series, but it is what it is. I'm glad to have this again in my collection, and yeah. And I also had to throw in some image in there. This is Union number one. It didn't do pretty good. I guess it was all right. This is by Mark Textura. Texura? I don't know. But we just call him Tex. So he drew a lot of Wolverine books back in the days. But I thought this was pretty cool. This is probably like my third copy of this because I've always had a soft spot for the old 1992 image because they were going to change the world and they was going to put Marvel and DC basically out of business. But obviously that didn't happen. But still cool, man, to have Union number one. So we're at the point in the video where you asked me, Fred Hall Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And this is what I'm reading right now. This is Incredible Hulk, The Dark Sun, or Dark Sun. And this book is about Hiro Kala, who is Scar's twin brother, and he's coming to Earth to, do some damage on his brother and his dad. And right before this book, he actually poisoned Galactus. And, Hiro Kala has to be very powerful if he's able to defeat Galactus. But it's a very cool book, man. Definitely love this. It brings in the Hulk family, and they all have to join together to battle Hiro Kala. So here's a cool look at the front of the book, and here's a very cool look at the back of the book where he's beating up his dad. I love that cover. Actually, if I run across that cover, I definitely got to get it. And the thing about Hiro Kala is he almost looks like a Buddhist monk because he was actually raised as a slave around some so-called monks of the planet Scar. So definitely love this book, man, and you should get it in your collection if you ever run across it. And here's another cool look at the front of the book. So you know what we're about to do right now. Let's get into your main events. Boom, there you have it. Your first main event is going to be Wolverine number one. I was glad to finally pick up another copy of this. I think it'll be probably like my third copy. So it's very cool. And I picked it up basically, and I wanted to show you this. Wow, how cool is that? So this main event, I'm actually going to give it to you. And I'll probably give you two main events, but the first main event is going to be 4 parts. And I said that because, bam, number 2. Booyah, number 3. And there you have it, number 4. So, as a Wolverine fan, I'm definitely in total geek boy status. And yeah, wow, the complete set. Very cool. And your last main event will be Wildcats number 1. I really, really love this book, man. I don't care what nobody say. I'm still a guy waiting by the price guys and by eBay for this book to go up in price because it's just a part of my childhood and it's very cool. And I've always just been a huge fan of Wildcats. So, and it's Jim Lee drawing. So there you have it. Very cool. And so once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another channel. Another channel. Let's do this over. And so once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You guys be safe out there, man. I'm a real big fan of you guys. I would do shout outs, but I hate to leave anybody out. But I'm a huge, huge fan of you guys, especially you guys that's under, 150, that's on the come up because you guys show like a hunger. And I really appreciate the hunger. I really appreciate the hunting. And, I could sit back all day, on my days off and watch you guys' videos. And I'm not the type that just watch like the first 2 minutes. I actually watch your whole video all the way to the end You know what I'm saying? Because I know by dealing with YouTube that if you only watch like the first couple of minutes and you cut off the video, it doesn't help the numbers. It actually make the numbers go back down like 2 days later. So if you want ever wonder why you have like 100 views and then it goes back to like down to 50, that's what's happening. People are basically watching like the first 2 seconds of your video and just whatever. But neither here nor there. Words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and the ones that don't show you love, don't worry about them. We're going to keep on rolling. And I will catch you girls and guys later. Peace. Case of emergency, break the glass. Look at this one. Not the Pikachu, but look at this one. Excuse the glare.